What's up guys, it's Bye here and welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. We have a season of conquest Strife of the 8 going to start for some kingdoms very soon. With that, we can now view the map for this new KvK. So here we have a 23 kingdoms signed up for the season of conquest Strife of the 8 here. So let's go and take a look at the list of the next season KvK map here. Let's go here. And here I have a list of a new map here. This one, so 537 is the old Heroic Anthem KvK map. 536 the same. The old Heroic Anthem KvK map here. And this have 5-day history. This one I haven't opened yet. Haven't opened it yet here. And 538 we have the new map here for Strife of the 8 KvK here. So you can see right here we have 8 different cam here in 8 corners, 8 different element here. So let's go ahead and see if we can view the map here. So one thing about this map is that there are no forks in this map, so anybody can view it from very beginning. Unlike the Heroic Anthem KvK, you cannot spectate it until like a very later on when one of the chapter for the Chronicle is finished, where all the forks in the Lost Kingdom is clear, then you can view it. But here you can view it right away, which is very good. Like I like it. I would say I like it much better than the Heroic Anthem KvK map because I don't have to clear the forks anymore. So let's go and take a look here at what's changed. So we have 8 camps, right? So 8 different camps in 8 different corners. We have one here, Weiji. We have a Leverkusen here in the middle. We have Tahiti at the bottom right corner. We have San Pedro at the middle here, at the bottom middle. We have Lutherans at the bottom left corner here. We have a Kalon at the middle left side. And we have a Bangula at the top left corner here. So first thing you notice is that there is only one Crusader fortress, and there are now only 2 Crusader camps. So only 2 Crusader camp right now in the starting zone, which is, I would say, called zone 4. So the amount of structure it definitely reduced drastically. And if I show you guys earlier, right? Where is it? There are 23 kingdoms in ZKvK. So like 23 kingdoms at 8 corner. So probably there could be 2 or 3 kingdoms in per camp. And there only have 3 structure, which is, I would say, the amount of structure it reduced drastically there. So that is one thing. And there are 4 level 4 passes now. So unlike, I think 4 level 4 passes, right? I think the old season 1, season 2 KvK map also have 4 level 4 passes. Yes. So you can either go to the, so if I am, let's say if I am at the top left corner, I can either go to the bottom, find the one in the middle, or I can go to the right side, find to the other one in the middle here. One thing I noticed is there now a border in between. So the early zone, let's say the early zone is zone 4, and the next zone is zone 5. Previously in the old KvK map, there are no border here. And most of the time, a lot of time, you gotta find yourself in situation where you have to fight 1 versus 2 kingdoms. Which put yourself in like a huge disadvantages there. So I think what they did is that they put a border here. They split the old zone 5 into 2 zone 5 now. So there is 1 zone 5, so 1 kingdom can connect to 2 zone 5 now, separately. So let's say if I am in the bottom, it's the top left corner here, I can decide to fight, if I'm not allied with the middle left kingdom here, I can fight them one-on-one, or I can fight the one on the side here one-on-one as well. So the fighting in the early zone, in zone 5, will most likely going to be 1v1 now, and no more ganging up on like 1 camp or another kingdom here. Which I would say it does make sense, and it kind of make it fair, I would say. a kingdom like, hey, if you gotta fight, if you gotta win against a kingdom, you gotta win. If not, then you gotta stay inside your zone. So a kingdom have a choice to either go 100% to one side or go 100% to the other side here, unless both of the side are your allies, and you don't have to fight anybody. So this zone here, so 2 level 4 paths connect to zone 5 here for each kingdom, and there are only now two here on here. Troop defense 5% for that one, and the other one probably gave troop attack 5%. Yep, so 2 Herons in zone 5 now. So you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight for the Heron if you want it. And the Ancient Ruin is now at the center as well. So like in like the older map, KvK Season 1, Season 2 map, sometimes the Ancient Ruin can be closer to one kingdom and further away from different from the opposite kingdoms there, which kind of like gave advantages for like the closer kingdom, I would say, for fighting for the Ancient Ruin. Now with the Ancient Ruin in the middle, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense, but again, right? If you fight early on in zone 5 here, and if you win, most likely you gonna have the enemy block up, like you gonna be able to block the enemy, and unlikely, very unlikely, the enemy gonna be able to go to the Ancient Ruin here. But you never know. So the change so far is pretty good in zone 5 here. So there are no more 1v2, very good. And now we have a zip pass here, which is a level 6 pass. So level 6 pass is the pass that connect the zone 5, like say zone 5-1 and zone 5-2 together. And where's the level 5 pass? So the level 5 pass is here. So with the level 5 pass, you can go to the next zone, which is zone 6. So you have access to zone 6 first before you have access to the other zone 5, I would say. So let's say if like I am at the top left corner, and let's say I am losing to like my enemy, like to on the right side here, and I have another ally down here, so which is whoever in Kalon is my allies. We will have to wait until the pass level 6 open before we can come over and help. And pass 5 is gonna be open first, which is interesting. So with pass 5 open, you might able to meet your enemy or you might able to meet your allies, I would say. So here's the pass 5 open. With pass 5 open, you gonna have access to zone 6, which is either Shiki, Broughton, Persuran, or Butafo. Funny names there. And in zone 6 now, there are no more circles. The circles are now replaced with sanctuary. So now we have a 3 sanctuary in each zone 6 now. So that is one sanctuary, is it another sanctuary here? And we have another sanctuary here. So no more buff from the circle here. Like all the sanctuary gave the same buff here, which is march speed bonus 10%. And I don't think they stack. So you can only like occupy one. And we still have the Altar of Darkness here in the sanctuary. I mean in zone 6. Which is interesting here. So like if you have so it kind of limit as well. So like in the previous map, right? In the previous map, like KvK Season 1 and Season 2, when zone 6 open, you can go, like your allies can have access to all of the zone 6 if you can win. But here, when zone 6 open, for example, here's Shiki, only kingdom in San Pedro or Lucini, right? Lucini, San Pedro, Lucini. Make sure I see it right. So no, this one no. San Pedro Kingdom doesn't have access. San Pedro Kingdom doesn't have access to Shiki here. So only kingdom in Lucini, Kalon, and Ben Gula. So 3 different camps. So 3 different camp can fight each other in one Shiki now. I mean in one zone 6. So Shikis only camp have access to Shiki is the one at the top left here, the middle one, and the bottom one here. Interesting. Um But with it setup, the kingdom in Kalon doesn't have access to more. So kingdom in Kalon only have access to one zone 6. Interesting. Because Kalon can only have access here. On the other side, a kingdom in Luceny can have access to either Shiki or they can have access to Betafo as well. So if you are in the middle, I would say if your camp's kingdom are in the middle, you are limited to access to zone 6 there. Until you have a better access to zone 5. So here zone 6. Zone 6 doesn't connect. Zone 6 doesn't connect to, like, in the older KvK, zone 6 connect to each other. But in this KvK, zone 6 doesn't connect. Right? No. In other KvK, you also have to jump. Okay. Alright. Never mind. In the older KvK, I think you still have to jump over zone 4. But here you cannot jump because you have to wait. So like when you fighting in zone 6, when the level 5 pass open, you can fight in zone 6. But you cannot go into the next zone 6 until the level 6 path is open. Interesting. So that is something need to keep in mind there. Like you still gonna have access to the other camp zone 6, but you have to wait. You have to wait until the level 6 path open. But when the level 5 path open, 3 kingdoms gonna have access to 3 camps. I'm keep mixing up kingdom with camp here. 3 camps gonna have access to 1 zone 6. So 3 camps have access on 1 zone 6 here. In this zone 6 here, there are also 3 camps. So the camp in Bangula, Chance, Glass, Carencia, Weiji. These 3 camps going to have access to Broughton. And Weiji, Leverkusen, and Tahiti have access to they have access to Pursuran. Interesting. And the other kingdom, the other camp down here, the camp in Tahiti, San Pedro, and Luceny going to have access to Beautiful. So no, I would say you can no longer ganging up on kingdoms, on a camp, I would say. The game gives you like opportunity to fight, I would say, fair a little bit with less camp like ganging up on each other, I would say. And I think after the fighting in zone 6 here, if nothing is decided and the fight still go on, it might drag to Kingsland, but I think it's unlikely. Because Kingsland is the level 7 pass opening here. So I think it kind of like, so with the new map, it kind of like spreading out. It spread out the activity, the fighting. You cannot just fight right away. You have some fight. So you're gonna have some fighting when, okay, so when the level 4 pass open, you're going to have some fighting. And then after the level 4 pass open, you can wait. And when the level 5 pass open here, you can have some fighting again. Depend on your enemy and your allies. You might have some fighting again. And then after level 5 pass open, after you have access to zone 6 here, the level 6 pass gonna open, and then you're gonna have access to the other zone, zone 5. And then there might be some fighting there, depend on how your KvK settle, depend on your allies' location. And then after that, it's gonna be the Kingsland. Kingsland is a level 7 pass now, right? Yep. So 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Interesting there. Can't wait to see. Like I like what I'm seeing right now. I think it kind of like spread out. It spread out the fighting, so you don't have like all of the fighting in 1 or 2 days. I would say you have the fighting got spread it out in multiple days, and you might not have to fight for, I would say, for a long period of time. I think. But it does give like a camp a chance to fight a 1 versus 1 with a different camp here, which is good. But like, so there can only be like, so there gotta be like, so 3 camps. 3 camps gotta have access to zone 6, right? So you might want to pick your allies in a way so that you're going to have a 2. You want to be in you want to have a 2 allies in zone 6 fighting against the other one, right? And the camp in the center, the camp in the middle here, so the middle bottom, the middle top here, a middle right, a middle bottom, and middle left. I think these camp going to have they need to allies. They need to allies with at least 1. I would say they have to allies with at least 1 of the kingdom at the corner. Otherwise, let's say if a camp is in the center here, in the top, in the left middle here, if you're not allies with Bangula, nor you ally with any camp in the Lucini, when the level 6 pass open, you might get shut down. You might still get shut down here, because Lucini gonna have access. They might be able to fight you off here, and they gonna have access to Shiki. So the kingdom, the camp at the center, the camp at the middle left, middle top, middle right, and middle bottom, still has disadvantages if you're not allies with at least 1 of the camp at the corner here. You gotta be in trouble. I think you might get locked up, but it's gonna be later, like much later in the day, which is okay, I would say. I think. But yeah, can't wait for this. How's it KvK going to turn out? I think it's gonna be fun. So far, like I like the map layout. I like the map layout here, except for like the amount of structure get reduced. Other than that, like I really like the map layout here. Give each camp a chance of like fighting. But the camp in the middle is still going to be one of the camps that going to be at disadvantages. Interesting. Let me know what you guys think about the new map here for Strife of the 8th season of Conquest. Let me know in the comment, and thanks for watching, guys.